That's a 1980 Plymouth Arrow. It's my first car. It's got a blown engine. We're going to do a little bit of reworking on this one, try to get it fixed up. Around beside me, went down to Cincinnati and bought myself a junkyard engine out of a forklift. Makes sense. Just going back into a pickup truck. She needs all the torquealizers you can get. So I figured a forklift engine would be the best thing for it. This is the engine it's got. It's an Astron 80. Like I said, I got this out of a forklift. I can't remember the model. It was a Mitsubishi. And the thing about these 1980 Plymouth Arrows is that they're not actually Plymouth or Arrows. They're Mitsubishis. The L200, Mitsubishi Mighty Max. They got like 400 different names, just depending on what country they were in and what models. This one's American, but it's a Plymouth. But it uses the same Mitsubishi engine. I've already gone and cracked the old clutch housing off of it because, yeah, that's going to go in the trash can. Carburetor's freed up. You can pull on it a little bit. She even had a little bit of accelerator pump, which is weird for a forklift, but hey, it's got that nice little 2-barrel on it. The ignition system's a little bit different than what's in the truck, but not a whole lot, and we can make it work. That's fine, sure. We're gonna get this old engine out of the truck. See, pretty much the same engine. Now this one, it's got a similar carburetor on it, but I think it's a Mikuni is what they call these. Could be wrong. We'll figure it out. Got to change out the battery. I'm not going to run anything in or out of the fuel tank just right yet because it hasn't had fuel in it in 15 years, and God only knows what's running around inside that fuel tank or under this hood or anywhere in this truck. Got the Fram. I'm going to change that out. That Fram's the reason why this engine doesn't run anymore. Didn't go into bypass, sucked something up, clogged up, locked her up, pretty much. We're gonna figure this thing out. Seriously, this engine was being mounted to a forklift to do its work through this plate where the starter bolts through to the transmission. It has two 6mm bolts. That bolt's barely finger tight, and it's like a, I don't know, maybe a 8mm bolt. Same with that. I mean, the most janky setup you could possibly ask for. Dust covers, she just riveted on there. But we're gonna get rid of all this because when it goes back in the truck, we don't need any of that. It's just gonna bolt right up to the transmission. Though I'm not gonna be able to use the flywheel, but I should be able to transfer the flywheel from the other one onto this engine. I think the flywheel that came with this engine is going to be a little bit too thick. If I remember correctly, that flywheel that's in there is probably only about 20 mils thick. The one I pulled off there, it's every bit of 40 mils. so it'll be able to spin a little faster. It won't quite have as much inertia behind it, but it's kind of a torquey engine anyways. At least supposedly the ones that came out of the FG30 forklifts. We'll see how it goes. It's supposed to be some kind of stroker version of the same engine. The engine that's in the truck is a G52B. This is an Astron 80. I've never been able to get a direct answer on what it is, but it should be a G54, which is the same block, different bore and stroke. Instead of having 89 millimeter pistons, it should have like a 92 or 91 millimeter piston. It's just slightly bigger, but the stroke is different. It's like a 97 millimeter stroke, so they're a little bit smaller and top to bottom dimension, but essentially the same engine. It'll have a different head gasket, so I'll have to remember that whenever I do any kind of work on this thing later on. The engine does run. It came out of a forklift. I watched it run, so I know that it is a runner, and I shouldn't have to do anything more than just a few cosmetic things to it. Change the oil on it and clean it up, drop it in. It should be ready to go. Like I said, I've got to get this thing onto the stand so I can get this cherry picker hoist hooked up to the engine that's in the truck and get it out so I can get this thing in. So yeah, we'll just cut to that. Man, all right, 27 days, 39 hours and 47 minutes, 22 seconds. Yeah, I got it out. And it's literally been about a month. Other things happened, got in the way. I had to put this thing in overdrive to get it out of here. I'm gonna be moving. Yep, we're going home. We're going back to Texas. About old Kentucky. Man, I am wore out. Maybe a pop here. But as you can see, now I can get in here and give this a squirt down with some brake parts cleaner. Scrub it off. Nah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Stick the new engine in, fire her up, take her around the block, and call that good. That's a win. When I get to the new garage, I will hook it up. Man, I wonder what got stripped off there. I don't know what got stripped off. Well, I don't know what got stripped off there. What did get stripped off there? There's a wire hanging. Those are the wires to the alternator. Probably air conditioner parts. That's all I can bet on is the air conditioner part. One's a signal wire. What the hell? Oh. Damn, I didn't realize I took the whole starter out too. That's probably, yep. Yep, that, sure. This is probably the key switch. Some kind of electrical low voltage connector. Well, we'll figure that out. Yeah, that's where that wire hooked in. That other plug. That starter's not bad, actually. That starter was brand new 17 years ago when I put it in. But we'll figure this out. Transmission's not leaky. Damn, the oil bearing's pretty good. Still's a little manky. It's not bad though. The stuff that's in there is oil. The old engine had a leaking rear main seal. That got changed, didn't fix it, kept on leaking. The clutch that's in this housing is brand new. I gotta take that whole pack off that engine and put it on that engine. Got the engine back in, mostly. And I forgot to put the little dust cover plate on the back of the engine. So I gotta take this whole thing back out. That sucks. You can see down in there, it's missing the dust cover. And it bolts onto the back engine. There's no way to just slide it in there. So we're gonna get that out. I'm gonna run to the parts store and grab a clutch alignment tool, because I'm not dialing that thing in with an indicator again. That took too long. Yep, better get to it before it gets, 400 degrees out here. Alright, we're going to use the good camera on this one because we're getting ready to fire this baby up. Got the engine in, got it hooked up. Had to do a little bit of excessive wiring. Got the old click-clack pump over here. Run down to the fuel can. And get all this nonsense out of the way. Fuel pump. It's running a little bit extra. And the mechanical on the engine, it don't pump anymore. So we're going to give it a little prime. Yep, those bowls are full. Let's see here. I'll sit you on the tripod for a minute. Oh yeah, that sun's just doing wonders for the shot. Alright. A little bit of the go-go juice. Firing line. That's it. I haven't seen it run in 15 years, but hey, give that another. Alright, this one's got a little too much for that. Runs. Let's see if we milkshaked it. No excessive fuel. She ain't flooded. She's running. Rough. Running. As long as it gets on a trailer next week, that's all that matters to me. Now what? Everything. Give her a bath. Fire right up. Gotta feel it.
call it for this week. And yeah, we're gonna call it for this week. I got to pick up everything, get ready for the move. Going back to Texas. Mentioned that earlier. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. I'm real happy. As this is my first truck, my first car, I inherited it from my uncle. And to see it run, that's, man, reminds me of being stupid in high school again. Oh shit. Y'all have a good one. Oh yeah, like and subscribe.